And monopolistic competition, many sellers. Perfect competition, too many sellers. So if there are too many sellers for a product, what will happen to your competitiveness? Competitiveness will increase, because in order to survive among too many, you should be very much smart. You should be very much competitive. So, if you move upwards from the bottom, competitiveness is increasing. In the monopoly, because only you in the business, only you is selling that particular product, no competition. Right? But if you move upwards like this, firm should be very much competitive. Otherwise, you cannot survive. And next, you see this arrow, this side. You're moving from perfect competition towards monopoly. What happened? Less competitive. You become less and less competitive. Right? So if you come to monopoly, you are the sole supplier of the product to entire market. Right? So that is monopoly. So let's begin with the perfect competition. So these are the basic features of the perfect competition. Many buyers and sellers, or sometimes you can say too many buyers and sellers. For a product, if there are many buyers, think of the market power, one particular buyer. If you take you consider yourself as a buyer. So like you, there are too many buyers or products. What is the market power that you have as a single buyer? So for example, suppose that you becomes one of the buyers among too many buyers for example says potato, right? So when you going to buy potato as a single buyer among too many, what kind of market power that you have? Can you say that if you reduce the price of the potato, I will buy this much, otherwise I will not buy? Saying that, can you make some influence to the potato market?
No, sir.
No, you can't, because the seller will simply say that you better go, right? So we have many buyers for the product. If you don't want to buy, it's okay, something like that. So if there are too many buyers for a product, single buyer has no any market power. And also sellers. Suppose that potato sellers also too many, right? Then the one seller cannot say that his potato is very good and the nutritious, saying that, he cannot sell, because we know that potato, whoever is selling, is same. So therefore, if one seller is going to increase the price of the potato, for example, no one as a buyers will go to him and buy potato from him, because there are too many sellers. Those selling some at lower price. Therefore, nobody is going to increase the price. So, if there are many buyers and sellers in the market, both the party not in a position to make even a small, negligible influence to the market. Okay, so that is the meaning of the too many. And the next point is buyers and sellers are price takers. It is very much clear because they cannot make any influence to the price. They have to accept market determined price according to the demand and supply. So this is the market determined price. So this price should be accepted by both buyers and sellers. And the product is homogeneous, 100% identical, 100% identical product. Potato is potato no matter who is selling, right? It is identical. So one cannot say that my potato is very big, my one is very much nutritious, or my one is very much beautiful or something like. You cannot say. We know potato is homogeneous. So therefore, one cannot increase or change the market condition by selling these kind of things. And the next one, perfect mobility of the resources. The firm belongs to this market structure. If it won't, can simply stop the business and start another one. And also, newcomer at any point of time can enter the market. For example, again take the potato market. If one wants to stop the potato cultivation, can do it and go for another vegetable or something else. And also newcomer, if want to cultivate potato, can join farming potato. So that means resources, perfect mobility. You can bring the resources to the perfectly competitive business, or you can take out the resources from the perfectly competitive business. No restrictions, artificially or naturally, for the resource mobility. And the next one, economic agents, that means you and me, and the buyers and sellers. Economic agents have perfect knowledge about the market, right? Again, take the potato example. Everyone, sellers, as a buyers, we know what is the shape of the potato, what is the ingredients of the nutritious condition of the potato, and we know everything, almost everything about the potato. So therefore, one party, say selling party, not in a position to cheat the buying party, and also buying party not in a position to cheat the selling party. So both the parties, both economic agents have perfect knowledge. So for example, stock market, maybe not Sri Lanka stock market. Why I'm saying Sri Lanka's stock market is relatively small, less than 300 companies registered. Among 300 companies, maybe top 10 companies can still, if they want, make some influence to the market. But this is better London stock market. Too many companies and also too many share markets, buyers of the shares. So therefore, one company or the few companies together cannot make any influence to the market. If you take the shares, apply all these 5 conditions. Shares is homogeneous. Whatever the company is selling, it's homogeneous, almost homogeneous. And if you want to sell the stock, you purchase in the previous day or some time back, you can do it. If you want to purchase, no restriction, you can purchase. Okay? And also, perfect knowledge. You can learn everything what you want about the stock market. Right? No any restriction. Knowing that you can enter the market. So therefore, London stock market, many sellers, many buyers, perfect knowledge is there, and homogeneous product, price is determined through demand and supply. If you want to stay, you can do it. If you want to go out, also you can do it. So this is very much close to perfect competition. And the degree of the competition faced by the manager is reflected in the elasticity of the firm's demand. I know that you know what is the elasticity, right? There are various kind of elasticity. I'm not going to remind those things again. You better learn those things because exam is very much nearing. Hope that you know the elasticity. So degree of the competition faced by the managers is reflected in the elasticity of the firm's demand. When the market is characterized by the relatively large number of small producers, each producing the homogeneous product, the demand curve facing the manager of each individual firm is horizontal and the price determined by the intersection of the market demand and supply curves. In addition, the horizontal demand curve is also the marginal revenue curve facing the manager. Better you read one more time this slide. And also try to understand what it is. Graphically, this is the situation. Okay, so before that, profit maximization in the short run. Short run is the period where you can change the factors of production, at least keeping one factor constant. Long run is the time period where producer can change all the factors of production for the best level of output. So economic profit is TR minus TC, understandable. And the demand curve for a competitive price taker, I told you that it is price taker, demand curve is horizontal and the price determined by the intersection of the market demand and supply curve. So it is perfectly elastic. Marginal revenue equals the price. Marginal revenue is additional revenue generated from selling an additional unit. So it is equal to demand curve. That's why I put D equal MR within the parentheses. And the businesses can sell all they want at the market price. So this is the story, very simply, graphically. Left hand panel of the graph, demand for a competitive price taking firm. It is starting from the intersection, demand curve and the supply curve is intersecting at this point. So this is the P0 is the market demand curve. So this is market demand curve, this is market supply curve. If you take single firm, has to accept this price as a given price. Therefore, at this price, if you want, you can sell this amount, or this amount, or this amount, any amount. Okay? Each and every unit, for example, P0, consider it is 10. If you are selling 10 units, your total revenue is 10 into 10, 100. If you are selling one more unit, it will be 110. What is the additional revenue generated? 10. It is from additional unit. That's why I'm saying MR is additional revenue generated from additional unit sold. It is equal to the price. Price equal D equal MR. Right? This is one of the special feature in perfectly competitive market. Remember that. P equal D equal MR. Demand curve is perfectly elastic or parallel to the horizontal axis or the quantity axis. And mathematically, this is how you can find the profit maximizing quantity and the price. This is demand equation. This is supply equation. At equilibrium, demand and supply equal. Therefore, you bring this demand from here and bring supply from here. Demand and supply equal. You bring this price into this side. Then it becomes NP. This quantity into the left side. Then this becomes 450. Then therefore price is equal 45. Substituting this price either into the supply curve or demand equation, you can get the quantity, right? So for you to understand this one very clearly, I substituted both into the demand equation and supply equation, both giving the same number. You check whether you can do this one and understand. So here price is 45, equivalent quantity is 400. So profit maximization in the short run, some important points that you need to keep in mind. In the short run, managers must make two decisions. What are the decisions? Number one, produce or shut down. How the manager can take this decision? If shut down means produce no output. If you are not producing, no need to hire variable inputs like raw material, labor, etc. No need to hire. But if you shut down, what is the losses? You already construct the building needed, machineries you install, but you stop business. So you cannot cover the money spent for your buildings and for the machinery. Those equal to TFC, total fixed cost. So if you shut down in the short run, losses will be equal to total fixed cost, right? So therefore, you have to take a decision in the short run, whether to stay or shut down. Number two, if produce, you have to take another decision. What is the optimal level of output? How many loaf of breads per day that you need to produce? Okay. How many kilos of a particular product you need to produce? Right? After taking the decision to stay in the market or to produce, you should know what is the amount. Otherwise, if you produce too much, you won't be able to sell. So, will be ended with a loss. If you produce less, you are not meeting the total demand of the customer. So customers will lose from you. Therefore, if firm does produce, then how much? That is the question. So produce, the answer is produce the amount that maximize the economic profit. Profit maximization in the short run. In the short run, firm incurs the cost that are, so in the short run, unavoidable and must be paid even if output is zero. That is unavoidable. There are two types of cost. Unavoidable cost. This is also called fixed cost. Total fixed cost. Suppose that you stop the business, but to start the business, you initially, install some machinery. Now you stop. So therefore, the machine cost unavoidable. That is fixed cost. And variable cost is after installing the machineries, you will need to put raw materials to those machineries. right? So those are variable costs. If you want to produce more, then you have to add more variable inputs. If you want to produce less variable inputs. Those are variable cost or avoidable cost. So this is total variable cost, TVC. So therefore total cost is equal total fixed cost plus total variable cost. This is also called unavoidable. This is avoidable cost. In making the decision to produce or shut down, the firm considers only avoidable cost. Right? Avoidable cost is the matter. Firm to take decision not taking TFC into account. Right? So decision making purposes, we are not using this one. This is ignore. Ignore the fixed cost. In order to make decision, only avoidable cost will be considered. Right? So you will learn this one very clearly from the next slide graph. This one. Okay. Before that, short run output decision. Firm will produce output where P equal SMC. This SMC means short run marginal cost. Marginal cost is change in total cost divided by change in quantity. So normally this is 1. That means if you produce one more unit, what is the additional cost? Right? To produce that unit. That is the marginal cost. Additional cost to produce additional unit of output. That is marginal cost. So in the short run, competitive firm is producing price equal to SMC, short run marginal cost. Up to that point, you have to produce. In that situation as well, as long as total revenue greater than or equal total avoidable cost. So this condition must be satisfied. If you divide both sides by the Q, amount produced, so you can take this one as well, the same condition, because TVC divided by the number of units. What is TVC? Total variable cost, number of units. So therefore this is per unit variable cost, that is called average cost. So TR divided by Q. TR is price multiplied by quantity, total sales revenue. To get the TR, you have to multiply number of units produced by the unit price. So instead of writing TR, we can write P multiplied by Q and divided by Q. So Q is cancelling out, that's why P comes here. Right? As long as price greater than or equal average variable cost, firm should stay in the business. Right? So everything I can summarize from this graph. So before that, you need to keep one thing in mind, because I didn't discuss this one earlier, and we dealing with these 3 cost curve basically. So this is how you can construct this cost curve. First, we are dealing with AC curve, or sometimes it is called ATC. ATC or AC, both same. Average cost or average total. This is number 1. Number 2, we have to consider AVC. Number 3, MC. all these three curves in shape, the English letter U shape. Letter U shape. Reason for this U shape is, I will tell now, law of, you write down, diminishing marginal returns, law of diminishing marginal returns of the variable factor. Law of diminishing marginal returns of the variable factor. What is diminishing marginal returns? If you add some factors continuously to the production, at the beginning, output will increase, then comes to the maximum. After that, output starts falling because of law of diminishing returns. For example, suppose that we have a piece of land. This is our land. Okay? Consider this as a fixed cost. Fixed assets. Now, land alone, from the land you cannot produce anything if you not add labor, right? So you add one laborer here. Now I make it very small. So you compare the size of this land and the labor. To get the full utilization of the land, this laborer is enough? Just yes or no answer. No. Relatively not enough, maybe. So this person can work maybe up to this amount out of this land. But what is the abundant factor here actually? Most readily available factor. Consider this labor is variable factor. Land as the total fixed cost on land. So what is the readily available factor? Or, abundant factor. Compared to the labor, capital here is very much abundant factor. Now, without changing the size of the land, simply you can add one more laborer here. Because you have enough land to cultivate it. And after adding this second labor, suppose that this guy is producing 10 bushels, only this guy. If both work together, how many bushels? Both together, maybe half of the land can be cultivated. And because of the second laborer, all together, right, these two together can make maybe 50. Possible? Why this is? Total output increase at an increasing rate. Because if you have enough capital, you can introduce labor division. Maybe the first guy is very clever, removing big trees from the land, right? Removing big trees and also some bushes from the land, right? And this guy is very clever for final preparation of the land, final preparation for the cultivation. Okay? So therefore, this guy is only doing, the first guy, removing the trees and the bushes from the land. And the second guy is making final preparation for the cultivation. So if the first guy is always cutting the trees and removing the bushes, second guy always making the final preparation. So these laborers become very much specialized labor. So labor division and this specialization increase the total output at an increasing rate, right? So therefore, you can increase the level of output and also more and more labor. You continuously increase the labor, right? Gradually, what will happen? Which factor become most abundant factor here? If you add more and more labor, like Sri Lanka government from the history up to now have added more and more workers, TTB, and harbour more and more workers, CEB too many workers, right? What has happened? Now, where you can stop? So at the end, this additional labor cannot find even a small piece of land to work with. So therefore, each and every additional labor will add less and less to the total output. Okay. So since we keep one factor constant, if we add continuously variable factor, ultimately variable factor, the contribution from the variable factor diminishes. That is called law of diminishing marginal returns of the variable factor. Because of this reason, these three curves take letter U shape. Okay? So this is how you can draw these three curves. First, you can draw the U shape AC curve, right? Like this. This is AC. So this is the minimum point. And the next one, AVC, the turning point or the minimum point should be below to this and little bit left side, somewhere here. This is AVC. So this is the minimum point. And MC, that is also U shape, that should be the minimum point should take again below to this one and somewhere here left. So this is the minimum point of MC and it should go through the minimum points of these two curves, right? This is MC. So MC should cut the minimum point of AVC and AC. Or in other words, at this point, MC equal AVC minimum AVC. And here MC equal minimum AC. Okay? Because it is intersection point. You should know how to draw these three curves. First, right, AC, it is U shape, and then AVC, and after that MC, like this. This is the basic shape that you need to construct these three curves. Okay. Any question? So you are so good, no question. So I am continuing. And now look at the first panel of this. That means this one. In this case, this is the demand curve. demand equal price equal MR, right? Price is 45, and I said earlier, profit maximizing output will come when P equal MC, or since P equal MR, you can write the same condition, MR equal MC. This is the profit maximizing condition, MR equal MC. Just to make it a little bit more clear, so one of you please define what is MR. What is MR?
Marginal revenue.
Marginal revenue. I need definition of that. Explain what is MR to somebody else. Assume that the guy is not known anything about economics, but you need to explain this is MR to non-economist. How you can do that? And also,
Sir, marginal revenue is the that we earn extra profit that company earns.
extra profit.
It's the revenue by producing one more unit. One
Yes,
extra unit.
selling one more unit, right? How you can find it? MR is equal delta TR, total revenue. Total revenue of the business, you can simply take price time quantity. Suppose that your business is, simply take selling bulat pita, right? Bulat pita රුපියල් 50, right? වා දවසකට බුලත් පිට 100ක් විකුණනවා පිටකොට. So what is your total revenue? This is your total revenue. How you got it? Price multiplied by quantity, right? So then MR is equal delta TR divided by delta Q, right? Suppose that you are selling now 100 first bullet pita as well. If you sell 100 first one, right? So what will be your total revenue? 5,050. Okay? If you sell 100, your total revenue 5,000. So what is delta TR here? What is delta TR? The gap between these two. 50. What is delta Q? Gap between these two.
1.
1. Okay. So MR here is 50. That is equal to price in a perfect comparison. That's why here we say MR equal price. Okay. So definition is additional revenue generated from an additional unit sold, right? So initially, if you are selling 100 units, your total revenue is 5,000. Then additional revenue is 50 here. From where this 50 come? By selling one more unit. Okay? And marginal cost is the same fashion you can define. Marginal cost is additional cost to produce this additional unit. What is the cost for this 100 first bullet pita? Maybe 20, right? So this is additional cost. So you have to produce until these two becomes equal. If you want to maximize the profit. Suppose that if the condition is behaved like this, is it good for the seller? If MR greater than MC, this is good for the seller? What is your answer?
Yes.
Yes, because every additional unit you generating 50, but cost to produce that one is 20. So from each and every additional unit, what is your profit? You can make 30 rupee profit. As long as MR is greater than MC, as a profit maximizing seller, what you should do?
More.
Produce more and more and sell more and more, right? Then, if you do so, how this, inequilibrium or inequality become equal? Now, this says MR is greater than MC. Now, you agree that you need to produce more and more and sell more and more in order to absorb the maximum from the market. But there is a limit. Where's the limit come? Limit is equality. How the equality comes? Oh, I'm asking, if you continue to do so, how this MR is coming down and MC is going up? In order to become these two equal, MR should come down, MC should go up. Am I right? Both things happen here. If you want to sell more and more, what you need to do? Because you are producing more and more and putting more and more into the market, right? So market supply will increase. Think about these things. This is initial price. Now you are producing more and more. So what will happen to your supply? Supply curve will?
Excess demand, excess supply.
Supply curve will shift to the right from S0 to S1. So there will be a new equilibrium because more goods here available in the market. Price will become now 8. Otherwise you cannot sell more. Okay? So price is equal MR. That means MR is start falling. But here MC, right? To put more and more to the market, you need to produce more and more. So then you need more ingredients. In the factor market, the price of ingredients will go up because there is a good demand, right? So therefore, cost is start increasing. Okay. Then MC is starting, MR is falling. Somewhere these two become equal. Up to this point, you need to expand your production, but you don't go beyond this. If you go beyond this, this will be the situation. What is now? To produce extra unit, you spend 40 rupees, but you getting only 30 rupees from that extra unit. So from each unit you are making minus 10 profit. If you are making minus 10 profit, what you should do? You have to reduce the level of output. Again, you are coming towards the equality. So that's why I said, for profit maximizing condition is the equality of the MR and MC. According to this is MC, this is MR. These two become equal at point E. At point E, what is the price? What is the price? At point E, equilibrium price or the profit maximizing price. You can see the graph and tell. Profit maximizing price is
45.
45. Profit maximizing quantity
4.
4. And here we have average total cost, right? We meet average total cost when we come down vertically towards the quantity axis. We meet average total cost curve at point A. Taking this point, you can find what is ATC, per unit cost. What is it? What is the per unit cost?
Happy.
35 per unit cost. Here both price and the cost mentioned here on the vertical axis. 35. P is 45. That means per unit price is 45. Per unit cost is 35. Therefore, per unit profit is 10. Right? The gap between the cost and price is the profit. So, what is the total profit? Total profit is equal to this shaded area. What is the total profit? Value of this shaded area, profit is equal to here
40.
40. Okay. Now, this is perfect competition. One of the main features in the perfect competition, there are many sellers and buyers, and also free entry and exit. So the perfect mobility, I said. Now, because of the easy entry, so what will happen in the market now? What will happen? Because you know, existing firms belongs to perfect competition making profit. The total, calculate in this way as well. What is TR here? And you need to calculate TR, TC and profit. Because profit is TR minus TC. Calculate TR. How you can get TR? To get the TR, you need to multiply quantity by price. What is it here? What is the price? 45. Quantity?
4.
4. So what is TR?
180.
180. So TC you can find ATC multiplied by Q. What is ATC? ATC is 35, this one, quantity is 4. So what is TC now? 140. So profit is 180 minus 140. Okay, that's how this 40 comes here. This one is equal to this shaded area. Okay. Now, newcomers noticing that there is profit, making profit of the existing firm. Since there is no barriers to enter this market, what will happen? A lot of newcomers will enter the market. So number of firms will increase. With the increases of number of firms, what will happen to the market? This is initial demand, this is initial supply. So this is the initial price. At this price, 45, existing firm making profit. Then I told you, so you can understand, this profit motivates newcomers to enter the market. So they will enter. Number of firms will increase. With the increases of number of firms, what will happen to the supply?
Supply will increase.
Supply will increase. How you can show it graphically? Shifting the supply curve to the right. So because of this, what will happen to the equilibrium price? You are not telling. It's a kind of a story. You have to, go with me. Okay? So it is reducing. Now you know the story. Why price is reducing? Because of the existing firm making profit. This motivates newcomers to enter the market. Once newcomers enter gradually, market supply will increase. As a result, price is coming down. This is how you can show using the sketch or the rough graph. Okay. Now suppose price decline to 25. Now come to the bottom panel of this graph. So what is the equilibrium point now? Now the new demand curve, new MR curve is starting from the new price of 25. What is equilibrium point? Here, I think it is E prime O, maybe E star. So whatever it is, this E. So at this point, MR become equal this MC. Okay. So what is the price? 25. Quantity? 3. Okay. Now calculate the profit situation here. What is the profit? Profit is TR minus TC. Find TR and TC. What is TR? Hurry up, it is very easy. I'm relying on can ban TR can price multiplied by quantity here. Do I need to tell always this one? What is TR at point E star?
75.
75. Yeah, you have to tell it quickly. So then what is TC?
105.
Yeah. How you got it? Answer is correct. How you got this 105? Because for the benefit of others, I am asking. Your answer is correct.
35 into 3.
Yeah. What is 35? 35 is average total cost.
ATC.
ATC multiplied by Q is the TC. So what is the profit now? Minus 30. Okay. Now tell me, this business is yours. This is your business. Right? Producing at point E, you are making losses. Now what is your decision? Will you stay in this business or stop and go somewhere else and do another business?
We'll go for another business.
Because of this losses. So in different ways,
Reduce the cost, try to reduce the cost.
okay, try to reduce the cost means, here, one of the basic assumption at the beginning we have made, your answer is very much okay, interesting. We assume that producer, that means all the economic agents, buyers and the sellers, know, they have perfect knowledge. They know how to produce this from the, if you think from the seller's point of view. They know where to buy, from where to buy the resources. Okay? They know what is the most suitable technology. So therefore, now you cannot here reduce the cost further, because knowing that they producing at the minimum possible cost. Okay? So you cannot change the cost now. Okay. Now I'm analyzing this. You says you better stop the business. That means going out and doing some other business means what will happen to this one? This business shut down. Okay? Close. Now I'm asking this one. Our TC is equal to TFC. What is TFC? TFC stand for?
Total fixed cost.
TVC stand for?
Material cost.
Okay. Now in this case, you calculated TC as 105. We'll separate this one. Right? So we don't know this one yet, but we can calculate this one. TVC is coming from, like this. Can we find ABC here? Because we have ABC curve. What is ABC?
Variable cost.
Yeah. So what is it according to this graph?
15 into 3. 15.
15. Right? So 15 and quantity is
3.
3. So now we can find the TFC, right?
Yeah. Whatever.
This is 45.
55.
Okay, total is 105. Therefore, this should be
60.
60.
60.
Okay. So, in graphically, so this area is TVC. Okay. And this area value of this square is TFC. And understand? Because how to get this value of this area is 15 to 35. This gap is 20, right? And here is 3. 20 into 3 is 60. Okay, ne? Correct? Because I'm going to delete this one, shaded parts. You understood? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you are saying because of this minus 30 profit or losses actually, you are going to shut down. If you stop the business now, out of these two costs, 60 and 45, which one you can avoid? This 45 includes wage, cost on raw material, utility cost. What are utility? Electricity, water, telephone and all these things. wages, raw material cost, utility cost. If you shutting down your business, you can save only this 45. When shut down means no need wage, no need laborers after this. No raw materials as well. No need to pay electricity bill. No need to pay water bill. No need to pay telephone bill. So you can avoid those things. That's why earlier I said those are avoidable. Another name for TVC is avoidable cost. You can avoid this. What is you cannot avoid? 60 is unavoidable.
No. Total.
Right? This is total fixed cost. Maybe this is the building cost or the machinery cost. Quickly you shut down, but quickly you cannot recover this machinery and the building cost. Okay? So that is, your losses sometimes. If you shut down, what will be the losses? Because you already installed the machine, now close the door and go home. The machine cost itself 60. So what is the losses now? If you shut down and go home?
60.
60. If you stay in the business, what is the losses? If you produce, what is the losses?
30.
30. Which one is good?
30.
Yeah. So then what is your decision now?
Stay in the business.
Stay in the business. Why you need to stay in the business? To minimize the losses. To minimize the losses, you should be in the business. Minimizing losses also, you can say maximizing the profit. Okay? Now here, actually, your losses is smaller than to TFC. Right? What is the losses? 30. TFC 60. Right? As long as losses smaller than TFC, firm should not shut down the business and stay in the business. Understood? Even if in the short run, firm making losses, as long as losses smaller than to TFC, firm should stay in the business to minimize the losses. You got the point? Yes, no, don't know. What is your answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Now suppose that, so let's go a little bit further. The price declining trend is continuing and price become equal now 15. This is the price now. No? So there will be a new demand curve starting from this price like this. It is not drawn here, but you can imagine there should be a new demand curve like this. Okay. Now what is the equilibrium point? According to this new demand curve?
H.
Point H. Point H is the new equilibrium point. Now, what is the quantity?
2.5.
2.5. So, what is now TR? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now what is TVC? TVC? Again, I am reminding you, it is equal to AVC multiplied by Q. What is AVC?
37.5.
Yes. So that is also 37.5. If you stay in the business now, the revenue you generating is just enough to pay salaries or the wages, you'd cover utility bills, and to pay for the raw material suppliers. After making those suppliers, you will not have anything left with you. Whatever the total revenue is just enough to pay salaries, utility bills, raw material supplies. Okay. Now what will be your losses? What is the losses now? I'm not asking the number, but I'm asking the concept. Total revenue is just enough to cover TVC. But TVC is one part of,
Fixed cost, total fixed cost.
yeah. Now losses is equal to total fixed cost. This one is right, but this one you cannot cover. So losses equal to TFC now, right? Losses equal to TFC. What is your decision now? If you stay in the business, losses equal TFC. If you shut down now, shutting down means no need to earn 37.5 to pay salaries, raw material suppliers, utility bill, because you are no need these things if you shut down. Right? You can avoid this one, 37.5. Then losses equal to TFC. Even if you stay in the business, even if you stop the business, so that means shut down the business, losses equal to TFC. Understood? Not clear? Not clear or not sure? Okay. So here, because your silence, I cannot understand anything. So point H, even if you produce, even if you shut down, the result is same. Losses equal to TFC. Therefore, point H is named as shutdown point. Shutdown point. Shutdown point is actually AVC minimum point. AVC minimum point. Okay. So anyway, according to this graph, if the price is 15, how much you like to supply? $2.5. If price comes below 15, will you supply or not?
Not
You will not supply because the revenue you will get will not be enough to pay salaries even. So you will not supply. If the price is 15, you will supply 2.5. If price increase to 25, we'll write like this. QS. If price is 15, you will supply 2.5. Now suppose that price is increasing to 25. How many units you like to supply?
three guys.
If price increase to 35, how many units you will be supplying? Price 35 means there will be demand curve like this, then this will be the point,
3.5.
3.5. If price 45,
4
4 years. Okay, what is this actually? This is supply schedule. Okay. At 15, you are supplying 2.5. In graph, it is noted at 0.8. At price 25, you will supply 3. So you can find it point E star. 35, you will supply 3.5. What is the point? J. 45, you will supply 4. What is the point? E. Right? If you draw in a graph all these points, this is H, this is E star, this is J, this is E, and join all these points. What is the curve you are getting? Supply curve. Okay? So this supply curve is exactly equal to the upward sloping segment of the
minimum supply.
this is the supply curve. That's why it is very much thick and the bold curve. This is one part of the MC curve as well. Upward sloping segment of the MC is equal to the supply curve. So that's why here it is written as MC equal S. Right? You understood this one? About the minimum AVC, upward sloping segment of the MC is also a supply curve of the firm. Okay? Right. Now it is 10 o'clock, you take a little break and come back after the break, maybe in 20 minutes time. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.